Hello, welcome back to my channel. You are the one, where we talk all things law of assumption to help with your manifesting game. And today we are talking about how to impress to express. And I'm going to explain exactly what those two words mean so that you can be using them more effectively and seeing your desires show up in your reality more quickly and easily. Okay, stick around. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. My name is Hedley Derenzie and I am a qualified life coach specializing in the law of assumption. It is the stories that we tell that create our reality. So if you want to change any part of your reality, then you want to change the story that you're telling in consciousness first. And if you want to create the most amazing reality, it helps to know how to tell the most amazing stories and hold them long enough for your reality to catch up. And that is why I am here, and that is where these teachings can really help. If you would like support with this, I am available for one-to-one law of assumption coaching. I also have a free 21-day set yourself up with the ultimate self-concept course, which is the ultimate story that you want to be telling. I am on Instagram. You'll find all of those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. Okay, let's get into it. So today we are talking about impressing to express. So impress to express, what does that mean? One of the things that I find with manifesting is people talk about, they'll say things like, oh, I'm a shit manifester, or they'll kind of talk about manifesting as if it's something that you're doing a little bit of the time. Here's the thing. I know you know this, but just to remind you, you are manifesting all the time. Your whole life is a manifestation. You're manifesting whether you're doing this work or not. You do not have to do this work to manifest because you are manifesting. It's only if you're not happy with your results in reality and the assumptions that are causing them that you want to put some time and effort into changing it, because you will continue to manifest the same things if you're not changing the assumptions that are causing the manifestations that are showing up in your reality now. Once you learn to do it consciously, it just gets easier and easier, and you stop doubting and you stop questioning, and you're just like, okay, this is something I want. I know what to do. I hold it and bang, and I get on with my life. And then sure enough, it shows up, and you're just moving through your reality, expanding more and more and more into more of yourself and experiencing more of what it is that you want, because you know how the game works, and things just get easier and faster. Trust me, that is how it works. And of course, don't trust me, trust yourself. Put all of this stuff to the test. Don't take anyone's word for it. If anyone says trust me, don't trust them. So I take that back. Don't trust me. Trust yourself. Put it all to the test and take your own word for it. So when we're talking about impressing and expressing, what we want to do is we want to get very proficient with impressing our desires and then letting the mystery to express, because how things show up in our reality is not for us to know. That is the eternal mystery. And what we tend to do, what I see a lot of people doing, is they're focusing on the express. But our job is to impress. So what does that actually mean, to impress? So let's look at, because I love language, in particular the study of language, of where original meanings come from, called etymology. And I use an app called Etymonline. What that does is that will give you the original meaning of the word, because the thing with language is, I know you've heard me say this before, language is not the answer. Language is the signpost to where the answer is. And that is what is directing your awareness. And where your awareness goes is what you are impressing on your subconscious. We use language silently, meaning our thoughts, and we use language verbally and out loud, meaning the things that we say. So things like affirmation or conversations or arguments, anything where we're using our voice is where we are speaking out loud the thoughts that we're thinking. But we are always using language to direct our awareness. And that is why the stories we tell ourselves are so important, because whatever story you're telling yourself, that is where you are directing your awareness, and where your awareness goes is what impresses the subconscious, and then that is what gets expressed in your reality. But I want to explain these words a bit more clearly. So let's look at the word impress. Late 14th century have a strong effect on the mind or heart, to stamp deeply in the mind. From Latin impressus, to press into or upon stamp. So we are pressing our subconscious, we are pushing in a desire. We're not pushing a desire out. We're pushing it in. We're not actually even pushing, we're pressing. We're impressing into. So we are pressing into our subconscious the desire that we want to see expressed. Now, because we're so externally focused, we tend to get these two mixed up. We tend to focus on the expression of something. We want to see something in reality, so therefore we have to make that thing show up in reality. So we're very outward focused, and that's where we get caught doing things and organizing and planning and kind of manipulating and going over there and doing this, and we get caught up with the expression of something. We're trying to make something show up in our reality, and we're very outward focused in that approach. But when you want to see something expressed, you need to impress, meaning you need to go in. You need to press into in order to see expressed, because expressed means late 14th century, represent in visual arts, put into words. Now that's already kind of talking about manifesting, so seeing something outward, but let's look at this further. So Old French, to press, squeeze out, speak one's mind. And this is where it gets really interesting, from Latin, exprimere, represent, describe, portray, imitate, translate, literally to press out. So when you impress into your subconscious, then your subconscious mind will push that out and it will be imitated in your reality. It'll be translated into a physical experience that you will have with your five senses. So that's what it means to express. It means to push out and form into a physical experience. And that word imitate is really interesting because it's imitating the impression that you have pressed into your subconscious, meaning your desire. Okay, so your expression comes from out of your subconscious. It doesn't come from your conscious mind, and it certainly doesn't come from you trying to go out and make it all happen. You cannot, I mean, you can, but you will be working hard and it'll feel like you're exerting a lot of energy and force, and you'll be having to kind of manipulate a lot of things, and like, you know, and it's kind of, you're putting a lot of effort into something. And then of course, if that thing does show up, it's more likely to disappear just as quickly because you haven't actually impressed the state of consciousness that is required for that thing to naturally show up. So when you want to see something expressed in your reality, you must first go within and impress the state or the experience that you want to see expressed first. So you want to impress. Everything's a bit backwards, but we have been caught up with this expression of something. We want to see something, and so we're looking out into reality for it, and then we're going out into reality and we're trying to make it happen, and it's like we're caught up in the expression part of the equation. You will not get what you want by focusing on the expression of it. You will get what you want when you focus on the impression of it. And the impression is the pressing in of that state into your subconscious, meaning you're commanding your subconscious to accept that you already have that. You already have what it is that you want. That's how you impress. You impress through the feeling of having. Now, when you're focused on the express, you're not focused on the feeling of having, you're focused on where is it? Why isn't it here? What do I have to do to get it? It's a very different energy. So I wanted to explain those two words, impress versus express. There is absolutely no question your subconscious will express and push out. And that expression will come from, it'll come out of you. The Immaculate Conception, where this birth has taken place without any outside influence. It's all coming from you. It's all coming from consciousness. If you find yourself getting caught up in reality, it means you're caught up with the expression of something. You must create the impression of that thing first, and then sit back and wait. You are not the one who creates the expression. You are the one who creates the impression. So it comes from you, but you're not the one doing it, if that makes sense. So there is a big difference, but we have become so governed by the expression of things and by the physical nature of things and by reality. It's so intoxicating, and we get so caught up with it, and we get like fixated on it, when really it's the opposite way around. If you want to see something out there, Impress it in first. You get to enjoy the expression. My goodness, absolutely. You get to enjoy the expression. But have a go with that, play with it, and just see how that feels. Focus on the impression, not the expression. And I hope that helps. If you would like any support with anything that I've talked about, you know where to find me. You'll find those details in the box below this video. Please remember, you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you. Assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.